Baby, it's cold outside. Depending on where you live, it probably is really cold. Out here, it is freezing. So much so that I don't want to go outside. I want to be here nice and warm and toasty. But all the festivities that are taking place, I just can't help but want to be part of it. I'm sure your kids are feeling the same way, so it's really hard to teach them the curriculum, let alone writing, which is a really important skill that they have to learn all year long. So today we're going to be looking at how we can teach our kids writing using the concept of December. We're not going to be focusing on Christian Christmas or any of that sort because it's not everybody is Christian in our community. So we're just going to be focusing on December writing. Okay, so let's look at how we can do this. Number one is write creatively. So here we're going to get in the spirit of the season with picture prompts. So if you go to the link that says full episode, so in the description, go to the link that says full episode, go to step number 1, and you can download your copy of these picture prompts, and then you can hand it out to your students, put them in their folders, and you can do one a day. What your kids are going to do is look at these picture prompts, and they're going to be getting as creative as they can. They either write what it means to them, or they can write a short story, a poem, or get even more creative and write maybe a song. So they get to write about what it means to them when they see those pictures. Okay, now this is great for your ELL learners because they don't actually have to read or about anything. They just write whatever it is that they can, however they can. Okay, so it's great for ELL learners or kids who are struggling with reading in general. Now all you have to do again is go to the link in the description that says full episode, and then go to step number 1 and download your resource. Okay, step number 2 is focus on community. I love the idea of having a meaningful impact on the community. So here's what you can do is call a local support service in your community and see if they have anyone that might be feeling a little bit alone, or just don't have anyone to be with around this time of the year, and ask if they'd like kids to write letters to them. And then you can teach your kids how to write a letter, because that's a skill they should know. And then you want to be able to remind them that they should keep out some of their personal information, like well, actually not some, all of their personal information out of those letters, like their name, for example, maybe their phone number. All of that needs to be kept out for their safety and their privacy. Okay, now this is going to be one of those activities where they feel like they're actually making an impact on their community, because they are. So it's a meaningful activity. Okay, step number 3 is create friendship cards. I love this as well because this is a way of having an impact not on the community at large, but really on your classroom community. Okay, so what you're going to do here is you're going to pair up each child with a different person every single day until you've gone through every single child in your class. You're going to create cards for each of those kids in your class. Now, if you don't celebrate Christmas, that's fine. It could be a year and December, not year, but a term and December card, because at the end of December, before everybody goes for winter break, each parent generally has to write a card and then attach a gift or candy to those cards so that you can hand it out to the kids, right? And that can be a lot of work for each parent. So why not put the onus on the kids? Let them write these cards. And the beauty of this is it takes away the stress from parents who don't have a lot of time, but also they're learning how to write cards, how to create these. They can be as creative as possible. You can teach them, how to say some nice, kind things to people, to their fellow students, who are in their class, their peers. I don't know why I couldn't think of it just right there. But they get to write this, and then the parents can either attach a gift or candy to it, and if there are parents who are struggling with finances, those cards can be just handed back to you, and then you or the kids can put it into each of the kids' bags, or you can hand it out at the end of the school term, right? But that way each child is still contributing and giving something to everybody, and nobody is feeling left out. All right, so far, let's recap. We've talked about the importance of really engaging our kids in writing this month, because it's just such a difficult time to get our kids to focus and learn. And we talked about 3 activities that we can do to help our kids with writing. Number 1 is write creatively using picture prompts, and you're going to check out the link in the description versus full episode and go to step number 1 for that. Number 2 is focus on community, and number 3 is create friendship cards. Alright, thank you so much for joining me. In the meantime, I hope you remember to create, experience, and teach from the heart. Take care, my friends, and I'll see you again, same place, same time, next week. Take care.